Hi everyone, this is another music update video. I've got some vinyl, I've got some CDs and cassettes to show off. Yeah, I've been slowly accumulating stuff. I haven't been, well, some of it's stuff that I've got from a little while back, some of it's stuff that I ordered ages ago and it's only just come. But yeah, first off, start with the CDs. I've got these sort of Ministry of Sound hip hop compilation. Some really great stuff on there. Some sort of old school and golden age stuff. Nas, Jay-Z, or early Jay-Z, alongside some stuff which is maybe a bit more on the novelty end of things. Ski Low and stuff like Drake, which I'm not really into. So yeah. Also got this through the post. This was a promotional item. Osric Tentacles, Technicians of the Sacred. I'm not really sure about this group. Never really tried to get into the whole space rock thing, and I've always thought this sounded a bit. I just can't really get into it. You know, when I was at university, I knew someone who wanted to try to get me into them. I was trying to get them in the Frank Zappa. But yeah, maybe I might make a proper effort to get into this stuff. I still got the MP3s on my hard drive somewhere. They copied a load of. This was back when I was a student, and everybody seemed to sort of illegally download stuff. In fact, I was probably the only one who actually used to go to the shops and buy CDs. Right, on to the cassettes. I managed to go on eBay and get some really sort of cheap pre-recorded cassettes. Again, I don't really like the sound quality on these. They're not as good as a sort of blank, as some of those sort of chrome and metal tapes. Usually they're done on cheap ferrics, but when they're cheap, I say what the hell, I prefer them to CDs. Don't sound as harsh. So yeah, first off, I've got Otis Redding, Otis Blue. I've already got this on CD, but you cannot have enough copies of this. I love this album. Anything by Otis Redding is good in my opinion. He never made a bad album, he died before he could make one. And I mean, I totally recommend reading that book, Respect Yourself, about Stax, really good. I think when he died, really, the sort of heart and soul of Stax died with it. It wasn't the same. Right, Mount Street Preachers, Gold Against the Soul. I actually quite like this record. It's usually regarded as one of their weaker efforts. But even though it does have some bad tracks on there, like Druggy and stuff like that, there's some good stuff. I mean, Roses in the Hospital, From Despair to Where. I don't know if I pronounced it. The Cristera Durera, I don't know what it means, but that song. But it's a song about sort of war veterans. Pretty good. What else I got? Yeah, R.E.M. Out of Time. Bought this one because it's cheap. I'm not the biggest R.E.M. fan, but the tape is pretty much unlistenable on this. Funny enough, it's a Turkish copy. The tape sounds like it's recorded underwater. I think it must be worn or something like that. And last but not least, Wire, the Peel Sessions. Didn't even know this existed, so when I saw it on eBay I had to bid for it. It was only something like £1 bargain. I've never seen that in the world before. And I managed to get one new cassette off Amazon. They don't sell many, but I found Young Fazers, White Men or Black Men Too. I've not listened to this yet. Just come through the post today. I've heard it's supposed to be good. It's Scottish hip hop, but it's meant to be quite experimental, maybe a bit left field. I don't know, I might like it. So yeah, onto the vinyl. I don't usually do 7 inches, but I've got some this month. The Sound of Money, which is a EP released by the rare soul label Kent. I'm a big sucker for rare soul records. This one's got Betty Swan on there. I've heard some of her stuff before. I'm not sure if these are sort of Northern Soul staples, but I'll give that a go. I haven't listened to it yet. It's still in its shrink. And I haven't listened to this either. The Dicks, Hate the Police, which is, this is a classic sort of, I don't know if it's you could call it hardcore, but it's 80s punk. They're a really great band, the Dicks. I mean, they were, their music was very sort of in your face and very sort of puerile, but in a good way, you know. I always, you know, they're a very good group. I mean, at a time when people used to consider sort of like punk in America and in the UK as well is a sort of refuge for sort of oddballs where they could feel accepted. I mean, these lot were the oddest of the bunch. I mean, in the place where somewhere like Texas, which is very sort of insular, inward looking, you had this band who were led by a sort of this overtly gay person in a sort of white mohawk in drag attire, and really great group. What makes it special, I mean, this isn't an original, I can't afford an original, but it's on clear vinyl and it's released by 1234 Go Records. Really great, and I have all their stuff now. They only released 2 albums. I've got the sort of alternative Tentacles reissues of These People and Kill From The Heart. And I mean, the copy of These People also has a PCP, so that's like, now I've got 2 albums and the 2 7 inches. Right, on to the main albums. I've only got 3. I'm not doing, I mean, all this interesting cassettes is sort of diverted my interest in vinyl, but I managed to get 3 albums this month. And first up, I've got Sia, 1000 Forms of Fear. Not usually something that I buy, but I mean, me and a friend were on, like, coming back from the cinema. We watched The Avengers, and he played this album, and it reminded me, you know, I really like the song Chandelier. It's a really sort of big sort of pop album, and I mean, Sia's best known for being for writing a lot of Rihanna's stuff, and I don't know, this is sort of in the vein of Rihanna's music, but I mean, her voice is a lot better, and she is a very good songwriter, and I'm really interested in hearing her earlier stuff. I've listened to bits of it on YouTube and I really like it. It's a lot more, I suppose, organic rather than sort of the big sort of modern pop sound. Yeah, really good record. Next up is something I bought off Bandcamp. I've been trying to get Derek to listen to these guys. I mean, I've been trying to get a lot of people to listen to these guys. They're from Sheffield and they're called Bloodsport. This is a complete 180-degree turn from listening to Sia, but but this group. Imagine the pop group or something like those sort of weird left field post-punk bands doing Afrobeat. So yeah, it's a bit of a sort of midpoint between the pop group and Talking Heads. Very good record. It's surprisingly accessible. It's not as erratic as the pop group. Highly recommended. Go on their Bandcamp site, you can listen to everything, and there's some free downloads. I even interviewed the guys. You know, I've been doing this web page, figure8magazine.co.uk, and I don't usually sort of interview complete unknowns because it's a bugger to prepare for, and you end up asking these stock questions. But when I heard that band via interviewing Owen from Drench, you know, I just had to interview them. You know, but I mean, Owen described the band, and it's like, well, I've got to listen to these guys. You know, I mean, Bloodsport. They did some shows with Drench in Sheffield, and last but not least, the second appearance of Wire. I am actually getting into this album now. I listened to this earlier on today, and it is starting to click in some way. I haven't bust this out of the shrink yet. And I mean, going back to seeing them live, which I mentioned in the last video, you know, so some of this does actually work better live. I mean, Harpoon was just phenomenal live. You know, when it goes into the whole sort of wall of noise, but it's a pretty good album. It's not as immediate as their past two releases, Red Bark Tree and Change Becomes Us, but it's a decent album. So yeah, that's about what I've got for this point in time. I've got a couple of records pre-ordered there. I've just pre-ordered the Faith No More album. Well, it's already out, but I've yet to pick it up from the record store. I've also sort of pre-ordered the new Giorgio Moroder album, which I'm not sure is really going to be my cup of tea. I was hoping for more like an album that's more like, I don't know, stuff he did for Don Summer, like I Feel Love, or some of his solo records, like From Here to Eternity, like the more sort of hypnotic electronic end of things. And I think it might be just a run-of-the-mill pop record, you know, a sort of a jumping aboard the Daft Punk bandwagon, which to be honest, I didn't like the last Daft Punk album. I know everybody was raving about it, but it did nothing for me. It was a bit of a bland record. So yeah, fingers crossed it might be okay. Hell, there's Seal on there as well, so it might not be all bad. But yeah, so until then, this is going to be my last one update for, I don't know, possibly about 3 weeks. That seems to be the amount of time between them. You know, I don't spend too much on vinyl these days, or I'm trying not to. So yeah, until next time, goodbye.